What's up guys, Patrick Wolf here. Welcome to another Division 2 guide video. Today's video is going to be all about this amazing LMG called the Sleipner. If you guys did not know, it has got perfect frenzy. It's one of my favorite LMGs for PvP. I will be showcasing this in PvP and PVE as it works both ways. We're going to be explaining how this gun works, all the modifications that go with it, what build to utilize with it, and I'll give you some gameplay and exactly how to acquire this weapon. So enjoy the gameplay and we'll be back in a second to go through the weapon.
Agent down.
You're running low on reinforcements. The fight is halfway done.
An agent needs assistance. About to activate. System restored. Rogue explosive seeker mine detected. An agent needs assistance.
Hopefully you guys did enjoy the gameplay. So let's take a look at the weapon right now. But first and foremost, let me explain how to acquire this beautiful LMG. So what you guys need to do is some of the research projects or assignments you have to complete right over here. So if we have a look to the specialization, field research. So you go onto it, it is going to be under the gunner specialization. You guys will need to complete 4 of these. So the first one is not too difficult. Defeat enemies using mounted guns. It's not that hard. Just go to some of the control points that, well, almost all the control points have a mounted gun somewhere. Go there, kill some NPCs, not too bad. The next stage, bleed them dry, use the Ridgeway's chest piece, not hard, defeat bleeding enemies, and then do what it says here on the mission. Not that difficult because you can do it on normal or hard difficulty. The next one, a bit more difficult, defeat enemies while they're burning, just use a chem launcher. Also do some resource convoys, not too bad. Then the final one, which may take you a bit of time, use a pulse build. So for example, linked laser pointer with spotter build. We've got a pulse, defeat enemies highlighted with a pulse, defeat heavy weapon enemies in the open world. What I did was I did resource convoys, do things like that. Just run around the open world, do not do control points. I don't think that counts towards it. It might, but that's how I did it. I did resource convoys and just ran around killing some of the heavies around the world. It's not a boss, it's just one of the heavy guys. Also, complete territory control. That also could spawn a heavy weapon enemy. So just go through it like that and you should acquire it pretty quick. Once you've done it, it took me about an hour. Once you've done that, then you will acquire the blueprint. So when you come over here, I would recommend crafting 2 because this, when you play this in PvP, it's quite powerful to utilize 2 of these weapons. So go over here, click on LMGs, and then the Sleipner. It doesn't cost anything. It's just steel, titanium, and receiver components. And once you have done that, then you have got the weapon. So what I've done is I have crafted two. I will quickly go through the gun, then the build that I'm using, and I'll explain to you why this is one of the best damage LMGs in the game. So the Sleipner, we have got a decent amount of total damage. If we take a look at it, it is an MG5 variant. So if we compare it to the MG5, it's the same. It's pretty much the same. The only difference is I have actually got some modifications on my weapon to make the accuracy 10% better. So that is a false reading. What we can do is quickly go through some of the other LMGs so I can give you guys an idea of just how good it is, even though that's not the whole point, because the main idea behind this weapon is the fact that it's got that perfect frenzy talent, which is so incredibly powerful. But let's go through some of the other weapons just to compare the two. So if we have a look at the Black Market RPK, this is one of my favorite LMGs. Look how much worse the accuracy and stability is, fully modified as well. Also here, we've got this variant, the Carnage. Have a look, guys. Look how much worse the accuracy and stability is. This weapon is honestly incredibly powerful because you can actually beam people from long ranges, and I didn't realize that until I actually started using it myself. I thought it wouldn't be that good, but it really is. The stability is not that great on it compared to the M60, but the accuracy is way better. Now accuracy, what that is the reticle size. So it's like a rectangle when you're firing. The smaller the rectangle means, the higher accuracy you spec into the build, the smaller the reticle will be, which means you can do damage or hit your headshots in a more precise manner from longer ranges. That's why weapon handling is a form of that. Weapon handling is a form of DPS as well, which people don't understand, because that is swap speed, accuracy, stability, and reload speed. So that's why that is really powerful, especially the fact that we have gunner specialization with this build. So this is not a build video by no means. We're just going to go through the weapon, like I said, and we'll go through the build just to give you an idea of how I would spec to use this weapon. So in PvP, why this is so powerful is because for every 8 bullets in the magazine capacity, gain 3% rate of fire and plus 3% weapon damage for 5 seconds when reloading from empty. Now, I think that's about 37.5% somewhere there. So it's just under 40%, which is a significant buff. The damage difference isn't astronomical, but I think it's the fact that we are getting higher rate of fire and weapon damage, which makes it incredibly powerful. I did try this with the 3-piece striker, and I was amazed at how good it was. But the damage, I would say, for this build that we're running is a bit better than that. I guess it just depends how you look at it. So the reason why I've got 2 spec'd out is because what you need to do is that you have to reload from empty. So I would have 1 bullet swap to my other LMG with the other one having 1 bullet, and then put 1 bullet in there again. Shoot once and then you reload, and because we have got gunner specialization, it gives us every 3rd reload is faster, which means we can reload quickly and have that insane amount of burst damage, which is ridiculous. It only lasts for 5 seconds, but you can empty almost a whole magazine in that 5 seconds, which is a crazy amount considering we have got 100 bullets. But here's the thing. So I thought to myself, well, the less bullets, it would mean that you would be firing it out quicker, therefore reloading to get that buff because it only lasts for 5 seconds. But the thing is you need that extra 50 rounds in the large pouch from the gunner specialization to fully get the higher amounts, because that is a big difference. Plus 50 rounds is a lot. That gives you obviously more percentage weapon damage and rate of fire. I've also put some accuracy and critical hit damage. Now, with the build, what I wanted to do was just beam people from range. In my gameplay, I kind of just ran at YOLO, but how you would ideally play with this is from cover. You could actually utilize Obliterate on this build. I think that would be really good for PvE. So you can use whatever chest piece talent you would like. Maybe even Glass Cannon, who knows. Vigilance with Unbreakable. Have a look at the rolls. Everything is crit damage and crit chance rolled everywhere. We've got 2-piece Providence for the crit chance, and Contractors, obviously, for the LMG damage. Very important. Crit damage, and then the damage starts out of cover. Very good, best in slot, crit chance. Now, I think my crit damage is very high. 158% and 120% headshot damage with 14% armor damage. This gun shreds in PvE and PvP. It's absolutely insanely powerful. I think the reason why I enjoyed it so much was not the fact that you get all this RPM and base damage, but the fact that the accuracy is so impressive. And I think on further tweaking of the build, speccing more into weapon handling, you could potentially make this even stronger, especially if maybe you're a player who's not too confident at aiming on people's heads, or, you know, even if you just wanted to be able to shoot from longer ranges, because the range is quite good. And if we actually have a look at the drop off of the weapon, it's quite good. So you can actually beam people from longer ranges. Let's compare it to, for example, the EB. Look how much worse the EB's damage drop off was. The gun has one of the best damage drop-offs in the game, and I think that's something to look at this. It's almost matching a sniper rifle. So that is something to take note of. If you look at the other ones, the black market is quite impressive, if I'm honest. But let's have a look at further. MG5, obviously it is the variant of the MG5, so that works very well. FAL, almost on par, so you can see the damage drop off is great. Now that's not something I really worry about too much, but it's, you know, it's something to take note of, especially when you want to get as far as possible. But the main reason why I wanted to to showcase this weapon is go and get it, go and do the the gunner specialization farming. Go and farm it out, because you guys need to acquire it. It's one of my favorite LMGs in the game. I've been using it for a while, and I really wanted to make this video to showcase it, to let you guys know about it. So please let me know what you guys think. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, click the notification bell. If you want to also follow me on my other YouTube channel, I will be covering Outriders, and I will be streaming on Twitch tomorrow. So make sure you guys do stop by. And with that being said, I will see everyone in the next video. Peace out, guys.